2, 1.
That's not how seconds work. Welcome to another episode of the Pacific Perspectives podcast. I am Nux Memes. That is Kyler Mimamoto. And our teams are currently going in two different directions. And for once, my team is on the rise and his team sucks. So this is probably the most fun I can possibly have recording one of these videos. What do you think right now?
It's only gonna reverse from here on out. I don't know how long the Oilers sucking is gonna last, but it's not gonna last into December. That'll be the cutoff. Usually they lock in by now.
I've made peace with that. I'm just happy for now. We're above you in the standings.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
It's really fun. No, but I mean, we're not too bad or anything. Like
they do actually legit look good though, the Canucks, I must say.
Yeah, I mean, we played today. We played the Washington game. I already talked about it for 20 whole minutes in the video, but I don't have much more to add to that other than I liked their game. I liked that they're gritty. They have heart. They were really tired by the end of the second period, and they were tired the entire third period, and they were slowly blowing a 4-0 lead, but they were just, holding tight. They were really trying out there and eventually got the win, which was very nice. They have a lot of heart so far. The games against Edmonton and St. Louis, games 2 and 3 of the season, were not fun, and it looked like Rick Tocchet hockey, and it looked like we were screwed again. But now we've won 3 games in the past 4 days. We've beat both Dallas and Washington in that time, and then also Chicago. And they've looked pretty good. They're scoring, and that's nice. Like, we didn't score a lot last year. I didn't think we'd score a lot this year, but so far we are. The problem is that our players are dead. We lost Hedel, and we lost Lekkerimaki, and we lost Teddy Bluger all today. And Besser didn't play due to personal reasons. And, what is our lineup going to look like against Pittsburgh? I mean, after we have Pettersson, Ratu, Sasson, assuming Hedel and Bluger would be out for that Pittsburgh game. Genuinely, who else plays center? Carlson can play center. I don't know if they do that. Sherwood can play center. I don't know if they do that. Neither of them are actual centers. Who do we have in Abbotsford?
You got to step in.
We've run out. We have Niels Mann. Is Niels Mann coming up? Like, our second lines, we are genuinely going to run a second line. Kara. We're going to run a second line of Baines, Sasson, Carlson in Pittsburgh at this rate. like Sasson might be second.
It's Pittsburgh. You might still win.
Well, to be fair, that line has been good. They've been good. They're not a second line or anything, but they've been good. I'm not dissing them or anything. It's just, it looks not great. 6 games into the season, and we've already lost Phil Hedel. Maybe. Hopefully not. We'll see. It didn't look good. It took him a while to get up.
But I think it was inevitable he was only going to play like 60 games, though. Like, we probably should have known that going into the season.
We did, really. It was just, you really wanted to hold off for as long as you could. You wanted to protect Phil Hedel, and Evander Kane isn't doing anything. We can both shit talk Evander Kane.
Yeah. At least the one center you do have, Pettersson, is actually finally locked in here, it looks like.
Yeah, I think Pettersson has had some questionable games, like the one against St. Louis, but defensively he's been solid. I don't know if you saw the blocks he had on Ovi.
I did see.
With less than a minute left. Those, like he wants it. You can tell he wants it, and he scored his first goal of the season. He's been creating plays too. I think his passing's been good. Hopefully that goal gives him confidence. But yeah, he needs to be a point per game guy, or we are screwed.
Yeah, he's looked invisible at times early in the season. Just those first 2 games weren't great for anyone. But you want to do better as it goes on, and it doesn't really matter necessarily how you start. And we're kind of seeing that from the Oilers here. It's kind of tough to talk about the individual games besides the Islanders game, where Bouchard highlight his performance. He had literally probably the worst game I think I've seen anyone play in a while. And you can only have a game that bad when you keep getting sent out there. Like Bouchard would make a mistake, and because the next best right D is Emberson, he has to keep playing. That's not a player that you can bench. It's like when McDavid and Draisaitl are sucking right now. You can't you bench them? Bench them for who? Like get Nuge out there to play one seat. That's not going to work. So I see people talking all the time about, oh, you gotta bench Bouchard for that terrible performance against the Islanders. First of all, he locked in after that. He played good against the Devils. He played good against the Red Wings today. They still didn't get a win in either of those games. But to pretend that, first of all, it's just Bouchard, which is like what 90% of the discourse online is saying, and I get it, it's just the angry comments that I'm looking for, is that's going to crop up. But the whole team at the top clearly does not care even an ounce, even a little bit. The only guy who played regular minutes in the playoffs in like a top role that cares again, and that played in the finals, is Nuge. And he's not playing necessarily well defensively either. I think he basically is the one who caused that shorthanded goal yesterday against the Devils. It's honestly a little frustrating, even though I know they're going to lock in eventually. But I'm getting so much joy out of just looking at the comments on the Oilers Instagram page after every loss. And it's just, we need to trade Draisaitl. We need to rip up that contract with McDavid. We need to literally eviscerate Evan Bouchard's family. Like, stuff like that. Like, I just don't... We just watched this team start way worse than they did currently. Like, the first two games that we played against Calgary and Vancouver, they played really good. They lost the Calgary game, but they were locked in for that game. They dominated the Flames. They absolutely dominated the Canucks. And then they just suck. They went on the road, and they're just awful all around. I mean, there isn't really too much to say. Their talent is still taking them to levels where they can make it within a one-goal game. But against Detroit, I don't think McDavid and Draisaitl, even when the net was pulled, it didn't look like they were trying. And it's tough to make an excuse like that for them, but if you watch the game, you'll know what I mean. They literally just give the puck away so much because they're not caring where their passes are going. They're not even trying to shoot. McDavid had a grade A chance to tie the game against the Devils, and he just passed it up. Today, against Detroit, Draisaitl got a breakaway, and he just flubs it. Like, it's stuff like that drives you insane because you know how good they can be. I won't even give a lot of weight to the people saying that Bouchard is like having an absolutely terrible time, because McDavid and Draisaitl are doing so much worse.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like to see it. I'm enjoying it. I know it's not going to last, so I'm just enjoying it while it's a thing. And the Draisaitl play is quite funny because, I mean, even Drew O'Connor gets a shot on net there.
Yeah.
You know? Drew O'Connor is a useless brick. He doesn't do anything. But neither of us are the worst Western Canadian hockey team right now. We got to talk about the Flames because they made that comeback against the Oilers in Game 1. It looked like they had the voodoo magic on their side again, and now they've lost 5 straight, and their goal differential is like minus 14, I think.
Already,
yeah.
2 tough losses to the Knights there.
It looked terrible. I mean, they didn't look all that good against Vancouver either in our opener. I mean, they looked fine for a little bit, but we still managed to get the win pretty easily. And really, it comes down to Dustin Wolf, because this is basically the same Flames team that they had last year, except for they have Perek now. They had 96 points last year. This year, they suck because Wolf can't bail them out, and that's what was happening last year. That's why they got to 96 points, because Dustin Wolf was insane, carrying them to victories, and now he is not making all of those tough saves anymore.
Yeah, I think we're seeing just how much he carried them last year. Like, it's honestly not unreasonable to say that they're not going to go 1-5 every single stretch, like the rest of the year, obviously. But they're it's a very very distinct possibility that they end up last. Like the Hawks don't look as bad. The Sharks, well, they're also 0-3-2, but they don't look as bad as last year. I think most people can say that. The Flames though, they look the exact same as last year, where they just are not good. And I think any smart Flames fan will tell you they got outshot every single game. They got outshot, outchanced all the time. It was literally just Wolf. It like there was nobody else on that team besides maybe Kadri and Uyghur that was like meaningfully contributing to games. I think they had to know what they were doing by not improving this roster. Obviously, a top draft pick, and this is probably the best case scenario for the Flames. You absolutely get a great comeback for like the fan pride against Edmonton on opening night, and then you drop every single game after that. It's perfect for the tank.
Yeah, no, I think it works out for them. I mean, I'd be pretty pissed if they ended up with McKenna, but I don't think they finished dead last. I think at some point they turn it around a little bit, though I do think you're right. I think that the way Wolf has been playing now and his stats are a better representation of the team in front of him than they were last year.
Yeah.
Because if you look at last year's Flames team, they weren't good at anything. I have no idea how they made it to 96 points. They sucked at everything except for goaltending. And now they just suck. Which is good for me because, I mean, last year they were one of our competitions for that wild card spot. Now it does not seem like they're going to be competition there. Really, we're aiming for the division spot, I'd say, because LA also sucks, and that's fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you love that.
Oh, we all love it. We all love it. They're not. I still actually. I'm gonna turn around on this. I think they will make the playoffs because they are scoring. They're not going to be this bad defensively the whole time, and I think it's more so that Kemper is just having a really bad start. They'll turn it around. They'll turn it around. But it is kind of funny to see how many minutes that Brian Dumoulin and Cody Ceci are playing.
There's no way Kemper's going to be as good as he was last season. I don't think he can
No.
replicate that. So I don't think they're a shoe-in for playoffs. I think that they still have a good chance because their top six, when it's firing, can do really well. And they have pieces on defense that are good. And Kemper can lock in. But I don't think that they're a guaranteed playoff lock. They are struggling right now. They are not closing out games. They did make a good comeback against Carolina. It was unfortunate for them that they had to face the undefeated Carolina Hurricanes. But they got off to an early 3-0 deficit and then battled back and at least lost in overtime. And that overtime goal was really lucky from Jarvis, too. Not to take away from Jarvis. I like Seth Jarvis, but it was just a funny bounce that ended up on his stick, and they weren't able to do anything about it. They do have heart. They have heart, at least, but I don't know.
Heart.
I don't... Well, not that
like
heart.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, not Carter Hart. No, that's a Vegas Golden
No,
Knights issue.
because- yeah.
The Seattle
Yeah,
Kraken are 3-0-2, by the way.
Yeah, that is crazy, but they like going into they're not going to be able to sustain.
Here's
being good
here's the
for
thing.
all that long.
That's what I thought. I looked at their underlying numbers. They are. This is like sustainable hockey that they're doing. You can question whether they're going to be sustainably able to play this well, but like the underlying numbers support it. They're not just lucky or anything. They're getting solid Joey Daccord hockey. Grubauer still sucks. We know that, but like McCann and Eberle are playing really good. Dunn and Montour both look like legit number one defensemen. Like it's kind of unprecedented because I think most people were taking them to finish bottom three, me included, and they actually locked in. It's weird.
I really liked their defense going into the season. With their forward group, there's the
Questions.
running joke that it's another middle six forward to Seattle. But I thought their defense looked really good going into the season, and so far they have been good. I understand that the underlyings would be good, but I question how much they can sustain that, I would say, because they don't really have the strong star piece still. Even if
No.
I do like Vince Dunn a lot, they don't have a star piece, and I think their goal scoring probably going to go down. They also have been fortunate enough to lose games in overtime and get those points. Like right now, they're 3-2 basically. They squeaked out a win against Toronto yesterday in overtime. I don't know how Mahura is scoring an overtime winner. I don't know how that's something that just happened.
Yeah, why is he touching the ice in like he shouldn't even be
Why does he have a
like your
breakaway?
fifth rotation in OT?
How did that happen? Why did it work?
He shouldn't even touch the ice. If overtime was like 20 minutes, he shouldn't be touching the ice. That's insane.
I'm happy for Seattle, though. I actually do know a good amount of Kraken fans, and Seattle's so inoffensive that, like, I mean, whatever. I don't like them because they're competition for the Canucks to make the playoffs, but if there were a universe where both the Canucks and Kraken can make the playoffs, I would like that. And I don't think there is.
I don't think that exists, no.
But I like the Kraken. It's kind of sucks that I have to cheer against them so hard. It seems like right now we're actually doing the Pacific Perspectives podcast. We're going through every Pacific
We actually
Division
are.
team. Where do we want to go next? Do we want to do San Jose, Anaheim, or Vegas? We may as well keep going with this.
I wanted to talk about Anaheim a little bit. They've
Okay,
only
let's go
played
Anaheim.
4 games.
True. Yeah. They won their home opener for like how many years in a row? 9, 10, something like that. They keep winning their home opener.
Well, you gotta give fans a reason. I don't know.
So what do you think about Anaheim?
I mean,
Why did you want to talk about Anaheim?
They're playing fun hockey. The Kreider bounce back is clearly here. Jackson Lacombe, he's playing well. But he doesn't have a point. And I think this is a big reason why you do not look at early season results. Look more at like is he still competing out there, or is there like genuine issues all of a sudden? And from what I've seen, he's perfectly fine. But I mean, 0 points in 4 games. If you're a fantasy owner, it's not looking good for you. But the Ducks are an interesting team. I still don't think they're going to make the playoffs. Like I said, if Vancouver and Seattle are the ones that are in it, I think Anaheim's so easily the third team part of that. Even if the Kings suck and the Flames still suck, they're not going to consistently get that defensive work from anyone, like whether it be at forward or on their back end, where they're just insanely young. It looks like they're probably going to end up having to trade one of the young D. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be Zellweger because he's actually playing in the top 4 now. But Menchikov maybe on his way out. That'd be a nice pickup. But you can see that they've started scoring. And usually where teams go wrong in their rebuild is they try to focus on everything at once and they don't establish something that they're good at. The Ducks right now clearly have built a team that's scrappy. So they're good at that. They're good at playing offense now, that they're good at actually scoring goals. And I think that's probably even harder to establish. Even if you have really good offensive young players, it's harder to establish them scoring in the NHL level than getting them to play defense. And that's where a lot of teams mess up. So I think it's a step in the right direction for the Ducks. Get the goal scoring out of the way, teach everyone that. But the defense is clearly not there still, even if I think they've taken a step.
I think their roster construction is so interesting, especially on forward, because it's like a bunch of really good young stars who are going to be dominant, and then it's unks. I have
That's the way
so
to do
far
it.
really I've been liking Beckett Seneca. He's been doing great, and I'm glad to see that, especially after when he got drafted, him saying, "What the fuck? Why did I get drafted third overall?" But
I
yeah,
did not
he's been
believe
killing
him.
it. They're 2-0 so far, so they don't look like that much of a threat currently, but they are a sneaky maybe wildcard team. I think going into the season, people expected them to take a very big leap forward, especially with having Kreider, having someone who can score a lot of net front goals. Anaheim could maybe be the Calgary of this year. Maybe. Just sneaking their way, except for they're a little bit better up front than Calgary is. But Dostal, fantastic.
Yeah. I mean,
Wolf
just
level.
the issue for me with the Ducks is for so long, they've had all that. I mean, even for the last few years, they have still had a lot of that young offensive talent at forward that they've been building, but they've consistently been bottom of the league in goal scoring, in chance generation. But now, I believe right now they're in like the middle of the pack. That's a massive step. Even if they're not going to take a massive step in the standings, I think I can anticipate like a 2 or 3 win leap compared to last year. If you do that twice, you can make the playoffs next year. But yeah, one step at a time.
Okay, let's go to San Jose. They're not winning. They're not expected to win a whole lot, but they're expected to be better. And so far, I mean, 0-3-2. They don't have a win. Their goalie's saying that, or not their goalie, their coach is saying that he would sacrifice his kid, one of his kids, for a win.
That's insane.
Like, dude, not that serious, man. Like,
that's crazy.
You're gonna lose anyway. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot to even say about San Jose. We're just kind of on this because now we've
shout out
gotten
Jeff Skinner, man. That he started the season playing 9 minutes a night on the fourth line with, like, I don't even know who, Ty Dellandrea. Is he still a Shark? Now he's on the top line with Philip Kurashev and Macklin Celebrini.
Ty Dellandrea also apparently shits and Macklin Celebrini.
Oh yeah. This team is going to be so fun. They're already so fun. Like, again, with the Ducks, you have to establish it. You want everyone to like figure out how to play defense eventually, but if you don't, look at the Detroit Red Wings. They're finally good now, the Detroit Red Wings, but they could not score a goal for their life for the last 8 years. Like, you can't forget that stuff. You have to establish good offensive skill first. It's what the Oilers did. Like, Draisaitl and McDavid were some of the worst defensive players when they stepped in the league, but they were getting goals, and that's a good basis to start a rebuild. That's a good basis to start a team. I don't expect Celebrini to be an elite defensive player. I mean, he has shown he can be, but I don't expect everyone on the team, even Celebrini, to be that kind of guy. So you build one step at a time. And the Sharks, I think they've got the goal scoring down. I think they've got it.
I want to thank San Jose for willing me back into my fantasy week by letting Tristan Jarry get a shutout on them. He almost went for a goalie goal, too. That would have been... Well, he did go for it. Wasn't that great of an attempt, though.
No.
That would have been great. That's an auto win in our league, basically. It's 100 points. We give 100 points for a goalie goal. So I wanted to see that, but I'll take a Tristan Jarry shutout always. I will always take that.
Didn't we get two goalie goals last year?
There were two. Yeah, it was
Jarry and Ned, I think.
No,
not Jarry.
Was one of them. The other one was Nedeljkovic and Gustafsson.
Oh yeah, Gustafsson. Okay, yeah.
I think Jarry scored 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
Jarry definitely has one.
Yeah, he did.
They're becoming
2 goalie goals in a season is not happening again. I'll tell you that.
Probably not. But maybe again. Maybe again this season. I hope. I don't think Demko would do it. I would love to see a Canuck do it someday, though.
Maybe. We don't have a Mike Smith in the league anymore, so
we've been scored on by a goalie twice. It was obviously Ullmark, and then I think it was Nabokov.
Oh my gosh!
We need to get one.
That's crazy. That must be the most goalie goals against anyone's ever had. Surely.
I wonder. I feel like there's
someone's got to know.
Someone else has to have 2 goalie goals against. Okay, let's go to Vegas. Fuck Vegas. That's all I have.
We hate Vegas. Nobody likes Vegas.
Fuck them.
They I don't know why or how they do this thing, but the last 3 years, Mark Stone, Eichel, and last year it was Theodore, Marner kind of chipping in as well. They just score so much in October. Like, I don't understand how they do it every year. I mean, they're playing the Flames twice, like, obviously, but Jack Eichel has 15 points. The next closest guy that's not a Golden Knight is Larkin with 11, and it tails off from there. Like, he's so far above everyone, and we know he's not going to be in the Art Ross race at the end of the year. It's just a weird anomaly that happens year over year.
Man, I didn't know that Larkin had 11 points already. I should have had him in fantasy last year. I should have had him this year.
They signed Carter Hart, though.
Yeah, that's...
Nobody liked that.
Yeah. I mean, say what you want about the trial, but the undisputed fact is that he's still a fucking freak. No matter what. We know that. That was admitted. He's a fucking freak.
I cannot wait for him to touch the ice because of the chance that will happen. we know that NHL fans are capable of doing the she said no. We've done that so many times. But I heard there was a group in Seattle who had like 30 people that were like season ticket holders and on Twitter, and they were like, we are going to chant 30 seconds.
Bro, if he ever gives up a goal 30 seconds or less into a game,
Oh,
like the easiest joke of all time is gonna happen.
the chants are going to be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, at least we have that going for us. But yeah, Vegas doesn't do anything good ever. Vegas doesn't do it.
You know what? Signing Hart is not without precedent, because like Aiden Hill kind of sucks right now, and their backup is not. Akira Schmid is. I mean, he's like a complete wild card. They must have known that they were going to get Hart from the very onset of the year, because there's no way they were thinking that this goalie tandem is okay, considering like John Gibson and other guys were on the market. Like they could have gotten Ingram for very cheap. It's a puzzling direction, but we'll see where that goes.
They should have called up Fleury and convinced him to come
Maybe.
back. It's kind of funny how they went from having probably the most likable goalie of all time, Marc-Andre Fleury, in that, to having maybe the least likable goalie of all time.
And nobody likes Aiden Hill either. That guy sucks.
Nah. But I think he's in the mid tier of likableness.
Well,
you know?
yeah.
I don't know if it's quite the same as Carter Hart.
You know, Hart hasn't even played a game of hockey in 2 years. I don't really say what you want about the trial or whatever. Like, obviously something bad happened. Personally, I don't think they should play in the NHL. However, he also hasn't played hockey in 2 years. He wasn't that amazing of a goalie when the trial stuff happened and he was thrown out of the league anyways. I just don't know if it's really worth it to break up your vibes like this. Like, there's a lot of Golden Knights fans that are pissed off about it. I don't know.
Yeah, another thing about it is Carter Hart's lawyer called Brett Howden an idiot or something like that, and now they're teammates. Like, that's pretty crazy. I wonder what they're gonna talk about. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Howden had the testimony that like something bad happened, and the lawyer's like, well, he's clearly like an idiot.
Yeah, he's not dressed properly for court. He doesn't know what he's talking about at all. Yeah, it's quite
that's
funny.
a good argument, I'm sure.
In Carter Hart's last 3 seasons, he had a 905, a 907, and a 906, which is probably around like.
We need to destroy our locker room because of this player.
And the season before that, he had an 877. His first 2 seasons in the league were good. He had a 917 and a 914. And then after that, he's been probably slightly below average. He has a career 906. Career goals against is almost 3. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this guy, man.
It says a lot when the Edmonton Oilers, the actual criminal team, like the straight up Yakuza hiring the mafia team, the team that Carter Hart, like, that's his home team. He's from Sherwood Park. It says quite a bit when they're not even willing to entertain the talk of bringing him in. Like,
I also saw that. I was thinking, the hometown goalie. They need a goalie. Another criminal to Edmonton. No,
didn't happen.
Jokes. Yeah, no. I saw Sherwood Park, and it just made me think Braden Coots. And Braden Coots is the GOAT, and he would never do that. So, shout out to Braden Coots. I hope he's having fun in Seattle.
You know who leads the league in goals?
I do, because he's on my fantasy team, and I picked him
of course you do.
280th.
Who is it?
Shane Pinto.
What? He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, no, I had first overall pick. I took Connor McDavid first overall. I have 0 goals from him. I took Shane Pinto 280th overall. I have 7 goals from him. What happened here?
You know, about 3 weeks ago, like a week before the season started, when we just did our first fantasy draft, someone right off the hop offered me Shane Pinto for Podkolzin, and I said no.
Wow. To be
So that
fair,
looks pretty bad now.
I wouldn't have bet on this.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's over a goal per game. It's Shane Pinto. How many shots has he even taken? There's no way it's more than 20.
That was a little gambling joke there for all of you gambling heads.
That actually went over my head. I didn't even think of that. The gambling stuff with Shane Pinto is so funny because he did not really do anything. He didn't really do anything.
He got suspended 41 games.
Like, that is... Like, they're swinging the hammer on that so hard. And I get it's like you have to set a precedent or whatever, but it's not like he was betting on his, like... it's not like he was betting the under on his shots on goal and then refusing to shoot the entire game. That would be, like, banned for life. His friend signed into his, like, Bet365 account and placed, like, a $5 parlay. Like, it's so insane to me. And I guarantee you there has been way worse gambling activity going on in the NHL. Guarantee that.
Okay, so let's get this clear for a moment. Shane Pinto did some gambling stuff. He wasn't betting on NHL games, but he had a gambling account and was gambling on other sports or whatever. He didn't get to play a game that season until January 21st. Carter Hart gets to play a game early December. The fucking freak. There's some people listening right now, I'm thinking, that are just absolutely, like, raging at what we're saying about their sweet, precious baby Carter Hart.
I hope there's not. I know our viewers are smarter than that.
I feel like most of the people who listen to this, if they're listening this many episodes in, probably agree with what we're saying on this.
Yeah, all this talk makes me just wonder, when are the Senators going to lose a first-round pick for this?
Yeah, they're clearly cheating if Shane Pinto has 7 goals.
Yeah, something's not happening. Something's not happening.
Yeah, he got to get piss tested, man. Or maybe he doesn't because he's on my fantasy team. I don't want to lose him.
Yeah, we can.
I'm already.
We can chill on that.
I'm already scraping the bottom of the barrel on the waiver wire for forwards. I have. Let's see. Who do I have right now? I picked up Mark Kastelik today for his game against Utah. And
can you tell we're in a 20-team league?
I have Jordan Martinook.
Oh, it's...
Who, to be fair, got me an assist yesterday.
He's buns. Actually, here's a fun thing we can talk about. The Carolina Hurricanes, so they're second in the league right now. They're 5-0. So, like, nothing's going wrong for them. Andrei Svechnikov is on their fourth line. He's playing, like, 10 minutes a night.
And Ehlers isn't even doing anything either.
Ehlers doesn't have a point. His line is cooking, but he doesn't have a point.
Man, they're good. Why are they good?
I mean...
Like, Keandre Miller's been pretty decent, which is cool.
Kind of out of nowhere. I just... I mean, I think we knew Ehlers going to this team was going to destroy his production. He's not going to be more than like a 50, 60 point guy, if that.
Yeah.
But... Dude, Svechnikov is so good. That has to be a trade candidate at this point, right? If they've put him on the fourth line,
I think he's been a trade candidate already. Like,
but he makes like nothing compared to how good. I mean, you don't want to pay a fourth liner. What is it, like $7.8 million? However much he's making. But I feel like you trade him to like Vancouver, for example. That's an easy point per game guy if you give him 19 minutes a night.
Please, Patrick, pick up the phone. Also,
he's an Oiler.
Shane Gostisbehere has been doing really well.
Oh, yeah, he's insane. I'm a known fantasy owner, so it's okay.
Yeah, okay. They don't have, like, crazy eye-popping point numbers. I mean, Jarvis has been great so far. He already has
4 game-winning goals in 5 of their wins.
Nikishin's doing pretty well, too. They don't have, like, a lot of crazy stuff happening. They just have been getting a decent amount of production all over, but nothing from Ehlers or Svechnikov. Yep. That's crazy. They're 5-0 without anything from those two guys.
You know who's doing good? Who just won today? Who just beat the Oilers? The Detroit Red Wings are 5-1-0.
All it took was Emmett Finney.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really scrappy. I watched him today. He got 3 points. He fought for that empty net. It was all him. He was really good.
Going
He
into the season, I didn't like what Detroit had done to their defense core, especially signing Travis Hamonic. And their defense last year was so bad. But the way they've set the lines this year on defense, like, yeah, Ben Sherrod is not a first pairing defenseman, but it's fine because he's a veteran guy, and the rest of these guys are young. I like Johansson. I think he's a good bottom pairing guy. Bernard Docker is basically a seventh D man, but he works back there, and he's better than Hamonic. Sandin Pellikka has been pretty decent too. He's flying out there. He's very noticeable. And then Sider, steady.
he's solid.
Edvinson, also good. They've their defense was my biggest problem with the team going into the season, but what they've done with it and who they've let get into the lineup is very nice. They lost their first game with Travis Hamonic on defense and then scratched him and now have won 5 in a row.
I really like Bernard Docker. I mean, that defense suddenly, in just a year, has the young guys have forced themselves in. Albert Johansson, I mean, he is really good. He kind of came out of not nowhere, but I didn't think people thought he would be this good this early. He really impressed me today. He's like a genuine, almost top 4 defenseman, and he's young. And we all know Axel Sandin Pellikka, one of the best names in the NHL. He is legit. He is 20 years old. He is already a legit top 4 defenseman. When you can have that plug in instead of like Travis Dermott, that is like a 3-win swing on the standings in the season. So the Atlantic looks wide open.
You said Dermott. You meant Hamonic, I think.
Yeah, Hamonic, not Travis Dermott.
Was on the brain. Both.
Travis Dermott was on the brain.
Both Canucks legends.
I was thinking of Justin Hall, actually. I was thinking of Leafs defenseman.
A Leafs legend. Yeah, no, I like what they've done. And on forward, I mean, there are some things that are kind of weird, like Appleton is really high up, but it's been working, and Larkin has been a god so far. Like, I don't think they were that serious, but there were definitely some rumors of Larkin being up for sale. I don't think it was ever going to happen. I think if it was something that was considered, they're probably really relieved that they didn't do anything about it. Because sometimes the best plan of action is do nothing. And it's worked.
Hey, good quote. I mean, I still don't like what the Yzer plan has unfolded here. On the back end, it's looking very promising. Finally. Trading away Wallman, paying to get rid of Wallman, finally seems to have paved the way for some younger guys to come in and kind of replace that two-way role. Up front, their power play is still like one of the best in the league, which was the main issue I had with them coming into this year is can that power play have a repeat performance? It looks like it's doing all right now. I don't really like having a guy like Larkin as your best player. Like I don't think there's any cup win in the last long while that can say their best player, their best forward was on par with a guy like Larkin or even Raymond. It just doesn't feel like they have enough there.
St. Louis Blues, Ryan O'Reilly.
Ryan O'Reilly that season was better than Larkin.
2019, we'll see. Not better than this.
I get what you mean though, but yeah, we know that was a complete outlier season. That'll never happen again.
No, we'll see.
But they're clearly building towards something good. They're clearly.
Yeah. I mean, so far Larkin's obviously been the best player. I still think that for the past, season and a half, maybe Lucas Raymond is their best forward.
Probably.
He's been more consistent. I liked him a lot last year. He was easily their best forward last year because he was going at a time when nobody else was going, and then the rest of the team picked up, and he continued going. I like Lucas Raymond a lot, and like right now, again, Larkin's their best player. But
yeah,
if he plays like this, then it's fine with him. He's the best player. 11 points in 6 games. He won't keep that pace up, but he could easily get to 90 points, something like that.
I think he had like 85 points last year, and 43 of those were power play points. That was my issue with this roster. I was like, there's no possible way that they're going to do that again. But today at 5v5 against Edmonton, they not dominated, but they stayed with them. They were good. It's all the hallmarks of a great team.
It's actually insane how off you were there. He had 70 points last year, and 27 of them were power play points, so about a third.
Lucas Raymond?
A little more than a third. No, oh, you're talking about Raymond. I thought
Yeah,
you were talking about
I
Larkin.
was talking about Raymond.
Hang on. Hang on. I gotta do some digging
Let's
now.
see how accurate I
One
was
moment.
live.
Hang on. I'm getting there. Okay. I'm on his page. Okay, last year he had 80 points,
Okay,
so I think
close,
five less than you said,
close.
and 37 power play points. So you were close. You
Yeah,
were close enough.
yeah. Well, I think we'll give myself
He was a
that one.
minus 15. Damn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were all power play points, so
He's a plus 5 so far this year. So that's good.
the
That's
the
pretty
the
good.
strategy of just own five goalies, and one of them has to work. It seems to be working too. Gibson,
Yeah. Sure.
he's been after his first game where I think he had like a 60% save percentage. He's been really good. He's been really good.
Talbot's been really good.
Yeah, Talbot's always been good in Detroit. It's great to see.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Unk.
mean, I thought like last year the defense failed him a lot, and now he has a more
Mhm.
competent defense in front of him, and it's coming together. I don't know, like Detroit's been such a streaky team over the past 2 seasons, where I feel as though they'll hit a bump and start losing a lot. Um, Maybe they'll have the same trajectory of the Detroit Tigers, where they're crazy to start the season and then have like a miserable month and then like limp their way into playoffs and just kind of lose.
They
Who
seem to
knows? Maybe
always find a
that's
way to
Detroit.
find themselves out of it at the end of the
Yeah, it is
season.
interesting. But they also always start slow, and now they're finally starting fast. So
They're definitely a team to watch. I wanted to. I think we'll end it off pretty soon here. I wanted to end it off with just a little
my
discussion
laptop's
on some
dying.
positives for the Oilers. I know we were just talking about the league for half an hour, but I and maybe you can tell me your thoughts if you've seen. I love Matthew Savoy's game. I love it. I haven't loved Isaac Howard's game. I think he maybe could use some top minutes in Bakersfield right now. But he hasn't been bad either. Just I don't think he's playing to his potential. But Matthew Savoy is now. This is weird to say because he has 0 points in 6 games, but he has been so insanely good. The only real questions I had about this roster going in were could Savoy handle the physicality at the NHL level? Is Tomasek ready or even able to play in the NHL? And both of those questions are like absolutely yes. Tomasek has been great. I think he actually leads the entire league. He was scratched today, by the way, for some reason. Knobloch is off his rocker, but he leads the entire league in expected goals for per 60. Like he works. He's on the top power play for some reason. Savoy stepped in to take that role today, but there's not an insane amount of positives with the Oilers season so far, but basically all of the guys that they've added, Roslovic, he's looked good. Mangiapane, he's looked great so far. I really like what they've done up front. All of the moves that Bowman seems to have made at forward seem to really be paying off. However, until McDavid and Draisaitl lock in, that's not really going to matter because if your top six is doing absolutely nothing, it doesn't matter how good the peripheral players are.
I honestly haven't watched a lot of Oilers hockey this year, so far. So I don't
You're
have a lot to
washed.
add on that.
You're
I'll get
washed.
there though. Well, I've just been watching a lot. The real problem is the fact that my baseball team is still going, and I
Yeah.
haven't. My baseball team is normally done 3 weeks ago, so I will lock in soon. Hopefully not too soon though. I hope I have one more series to go. We'll see tonight.
We'll see
In
tonight.
an
Yeah, for
hour,
sure.
by the way.
All
For
right.
the Canucks, Sherwood has 4 goals in 6 games.
Yeah, he's been
Good
insane.
go. He took Brock Besser's role on the first power play unit today and scored on it. And he penalty kills too. He's still hitting a lot. He's you know what? I wanted to talk about Evander Kane. This has reminded me of Evander Kane because Evander Kane was brought in to be physical and to stand up for teammates because we needed to be tougher. We wanted to be hard to play against. And Kane hasn't fought anyone yet. And the game against Edmonton is really the only game where he's looked all that gritty and under the skin of the opponent. He didn't fight Jason Dickinson or do anything against Chicago in a game where we were supposed to respond. He didn't do anything today after Filipino got hit. You know, when Filipino got hit by Tom Wilson, do you know who was first to go after Tom Wilson. Evander Kane was on the ice, by the way. Do you know who was first to go after Tom Wilson?
Elias Pettersson.
Linus Karlsson. Evander Kane was on
Been
the
on the
ice,
team
and
for a
Linus
day.
Karlsson- Evander Kane was on the ice, and Linus Karlsson was the one to bear hug Tom Wilson and start the scrum. Why is Evander Kane here? Why is he here? Why is he in Vancouver?
I don't even know why he's in the league anymore. And now Canucks
No.
fans can share that feeling with me.
Did you? You wouldn't have seen the story because you're also blocked. But do you know who he had dinner with last night?
Patel. I saw that. Yeah.
Wow.
You're also blocked
Man.
by Evander Kane?
I've been blocked by him for years.
What a baby.
If you comment one thing on any of his posts, you get blocked.
He's such a baby.
Someone DM'd me saying they replied to his story with Kash Patel with a question mark, and that's it, and they got blocked. So it doesn't take a whole lot.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Why did we bring this guy in? He doesn't fit the culture at all. We got rid of Dakota Joshua, who's
He just
Awesome.
screams 50% retained to the Penguins for a 4th round pick in a month.
we'll see. Maybe not retained. Hopefully not retained. But yeah, we got rid of the testicular cancer advocate for a guy who has dinner with Kash Patel. But we're 4-2, so it's okay.
It's
4-2.
okay.
I'm not mad. I sound mad. We're 4-2. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's okay.
All right. I think that's all we had for you today.
Yep.
Unfortunately. We will see you
Unfortunately,
guys.
That was like 50 minutes. That's good enough.
All right. They're saying they're tired of us, is what I'm getting right now. All right. We will see you all next Sunday. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
I'm totally not making a new thumbnail.
Say goodbye.
Sorry?
Say goodbye.
Okay, bye. Damn.
Okay.